If you can't put your fleshly desires under submission, you'll never become the man or woman of God you want to be. Hey guys, it's your boy Alex Griggs, here to help you on your Christ self-improvement journey. And what we're going to be talking about today is how you can kill your fleshly desires. And when I say fleshly desires, I mean any sinful craving that goes against God. Those fleshly desires can be anything with sexual immorality, adultery, homosexuality, fornication, idolatry, selfishness, getting drunk, smoking weed, gambling, video games. It could be anything you put above God. We all struggle, with putting our flesh under submission because our flesh is very willing, and just in general, we just like pleasing our flesh, even though we don't want to. Here are 3 ways you can kill your fleshly desires and how you can put it under submission. The first thing that can help you kill your fleshly desires is fasting. Most people do know what fasting is, but the standard fasting is not eating food for a certain amount of time. That can be for a meal, that could be for 2 meals, that could be for a day, a couple days, week. It doesn't matter how long. The reason why you do that is because you put your fleshly desires under submission. You basically show your flesh, you show your body, hey, you're not controlling me. You basically let your body know that you're not in control of me. God is. Also, fasting just brings you closer to God. Because if you haven't ate for a certain amount of time, of course, your mind, you start becoming more clear. You start becoming more rational. You get more focused because usually most people, they have brain fog. If you fast for a whole day, trust me, that brain fog will be out of your way. And you'll start focusing on things that you actually need to focus on. Like, first off, God. It could be your goals. It could be with work. It could be whatever it is. You become more clear and you can actually focus on the things that are more important in life. Just nonsense, like stuff on your phone or things that's going on at work or whatever, or at school. You won't be focused on that much because it's not as important. So fasting in general just makes you more rational and just clears your mind. Of course, if you are fasting, don't be stupid with it. If you haven't really fasted before and you try to go for a whole week, of course, you're not going to make it. Just go with 1 meal, then try 2 meals, then try a whole day, then try a couple days, and just keep working your way up. And when it comes to fasting, you don't have to just fast from food. It could be anything with your phone. It could be video games. It could be sex. It could be whatever it is. You just take a certain amount of time and just don't give in to those urges. Just deny it. When you wake up in the morning, just go a couple hours without your phone. Most of you people would be like, oh, that's easy. But when you actually try to do it, you're like, dang, this is actually hard. I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. But if you deny your flesh, trust me, you give yourself more power. Because most people, they're like, I feel like everything in life just terrible. I feel like I can't do this, can't do that. You know why? Because you can't fast from anything. It can just be food, phone, your video games, whatever it is. You can't fast from nothing. You have no power. And the one way you can gain that power back is from fasting. The second way you can kill your fleshly desires is walking in the Spirit. And in Galatians 5:16, this is what it says. So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. But how do we walk in the Spirit more? Ways you can walk in the Spirit more is have Christ in everything you do. Make Christ your center of focus. It's not just, don't make Christ a to-do list. First thing you do, read your Bible, check it off. That's it. Make Christ the center of everything you do. It could be work. It could be your school. It could be business. It can literally be anything, but make sure Christ is in the center of it. And when I say that, I mean you should be representing Christ wherever you go. You don't have to be shoving the Bible down people's throats, but we are all representations of Christ. And if we're not being Christ-like, if we're just acting like everyone else, we're just fitting in with everybody else, no one's going to see a difference, and no one's going to really be, they're going to think you're just like them. But if you're separating yourself, why is he not cussing? Why is he so calm when things happen? Just make sure Christ is in the center of everything you do. Second thing you do to walk in the Spirit more is just read your Bible more and study it. When you read your Bible, do you actually apply what you read? Because most people, they do read their Bible, they do their daily reading, but do you actually apply it to your life? Do you actually do what God says he wants you to do? Or do you even understand what the Bible's saying? Are you just going through the motions, just reading your Bible? Because there's a lot of Christians out there, a lot of people, they claim to be Christians, they say they read the Bible, they go to church twice a week, they do everything, but their lifestyle doesn't show it. They're just like everyone else. They don't apply what they read. And if you apply what you read, trust me, you'll stand out and you'll be walking in the Spirit more, and people are going to notice that. Make sure you read your Bible more and study it. Another way you can also walk in the Spirit is, let's say on a Saturday night, you're just chilling, you're by yourself, you just turn on that Netflix or just playing a video game. You just read the Bible or pray or listen to worship music instead of watching that certain show. You're going to kill those desires. Of course, you're never going to fully kill them because they're going to keep creeping back up no matter what, because we are flesh, we are human. But if you spend so much time with God, those desires will be very minimal. It is also hard to walk in the Spirit when you're surrounded by people that are not in the same mindset as you. Co-workers, it could be friends, it could be family, whatever it is. Those people are not going to, they're not all going to be on the same page with you. Some people, some of your family might not be following God, or some of your friends, they don't want anything to do with God. You have to try to distance yourself. I'm not saying cut them off, but I'm saying be careful who you hang out with, because you start becoming what they are. They start rubbing off. Even if you don't say, oh, they don't rub off me, they do, trust me. Because we all know that saying, if you lie down with dogs, you'll end up with fleas. The only way to really overcome the fleshly desires of this world is to walk so much in the Spirit that you have no desire to sin. The last thing that helps you kill your fleshly desires, and that also helps me, it help everybody, is prayer. Prayer is the strongest weapon against our fleshly desires, because whenever you feel tempted to go on pH, or to go have sex, go smoke a cigarette, or go get a drink, whatever you like to indulge in, whatever your flesh likes, prayer is the strongest weapon. So I challenge you, whenever the next time you get tempted, because trust me, you will, just sit there for a moment and realize, okay, I have a decision to make. I can go and indulge in that, or I can start praying, because you got to think about it before you do. Because most people, you don't really think about it, but you should think about it. Pause for a second and be like, wait, what am I doing? I'm not going to do this. I know what I'm doing. It's a habit, but I'm not going to do this anymore. And when you do start praying, you'll start denying your flesh and saying, God, I'm giving all to you. I can't do it because I'm flesh. I'm going to fail. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to pray and give it all to you. When you start praying more, it helps you resist temptation. And people probably have tried doing it themselves. People are like, oh, I'm 2 weeks clean, 3 weeks clean. That's the first issue, you're keeping track. But if you're walking with God, and if you have God by your side, He will help you. Most people, they don't want that help, because first off, if you want to start following God, you have to humble yourself and actually submit to God, which most people can't do. And all these big influence, especially with the red pill community, they always tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Of course, we know what to do, but how can we stop doing those certain things? The only way is Jesus Christ. Of course, you can listen to other people, give you advice, but advice is only certain things. You actually have to apply it. Just humble yourself and give it to God, and you will overcome your flesh. If you guys got something from this video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.